Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will be talking about another solo gold farm that you can do really easily. And with this solo gold farm, you can get a lot of different recipes in order to craft some really good items that then can make you get a lot of gold on the long term. So in order to do this farm, there are a few requirements. The first one is to have a leather worker. So this is the main profession we're going to use in today's video. It's also better if you have one of your characters that has skinning, because you can buy the materials on the auction house, but it might cost quite a lot of gold. And also you want to have a character that is like at the level in order to solo this dungeon, the Blackrock Death, and also the overraid that you can do in Vanilla WoW. And finally, you just want to maybe have one character, especially the one that has skinning, that can either fake death like hunters or use like invisibility like the night elves or like mages and everything. So just a class that can disengage the combat and just restart the combat anytime they want. That's really going to help a lot. So in today's video, we are looking at 4 different items, and these items are the Black Dragon Scale set. So there are the leggings, the boots, the chest, and the shoulders. So these 4 items are from Vanilla WoW, and you can craft all of them with the profession leatherworking. So in order to get these different patterns in order to craft the 4 items, it's really not too difficult, and all of them take place in this dungeon, the Blackrock Death. So I'm going to explain how you can very easily get all the different patterns in order to craft these different items, and then how you can get all the different materials in order to craft these 4 items. But before that, let's talk about the sell rate and the value of these different items. So as you can see, all of them are between like 0.04 to 0.02, and they all have a pretty good value. So on European realms, for the boots, it's going to be between 17 to 23k gold. For the chest, it's going to be between 20 to 60k gold. For the legs, it's going to be between 25 to 32k gold. And for the shoulders, it's going to be between 13 to 24k gold. So pretty good value for the overall set. On US realms, the boots are going to be between 15 to 28k gold. The chest is going to be between 11 to 17k gold. The legs are going to be between 22 to 28k gold, and the shoulders are going to be between 11 and 16k gold. So in order to get these 4 recipes, you want to enter this dungeon, again, the Blackrock Death. And as soon as you enter, you want to go to the left, you want to open the 2 first gates and then open the East Garrison door. Once you're inside a room, you want to click on the Shadowforge lock and then follow this path in order to go to the West Garrison part of the dungeon. Here you will have the first set of mobs that we want to kill in order to get the patterns for the shoulders. These are the Ending Rage Marshals. Normally you have probably like between 7 to 10 of these mobs per dungeon, so really try to gather all of them in this first room, kill all of them, and then move on. After that, you want to go through the manufactory and go to the Grim Guzzler, this other room that you can find after the bridge. Here you want to directly talk to the friendly mob Ribley Screwspigot, and you want to kill him as well as the guards. That will then unlock the door that is upstairs. Here, as I will explain just after, you can talk to Plugger Sparsling in order to buy the chest pattern, and then to Loctos Dark Bargainer in order to buy the boost pattern. After you've opened the door, you want to go to the Summoner's Tomb, and here, just before that, you have a few more marshals, so try to kill them as well. After that, you want to talk, when you have passed the different rooms and you're in the Summoner's Tomb, you want to talk to Doomrail and kill all the different bosses. As soon as you've killed Doomrail, you can go directly, and in front of you, you can open the door to the Lycium. Once you're in the Lycium, you want to find some of the Shadowforge Flame Keeper, and you want to kill 2 of them in order to get 2 of the Shadowforge torches, these items that you will need in order to then click on the Shadowforge braziers, you need to click on both of these braziers that are located really at the end of the room on the left and the right side. And once you've clicked on both of these braziers, normally you will like unlock the main door. You will then be able to kill this big golem boss. And after killing the main, like this big golem boss, will access the last room, the Imperial Seat room, where you will find the last category of mobs that we are interested in, and these are the Anvil Rage captains. And these captains can then drop the pattern for the legs. So normally after that, you will normally in the last room find maybe between 4 to 6 of these captains each run. And once you've done, or even maybe a little bit before, you want to join in the custom group search. You want to join some of these random groups of people trying to kill some rares in Zereth Mortis. And then you want to leave the group. And after 1 minute, you will be directly kicked out of the dungeon. And once you're kicked out, you can then reset the dungeon, enter the dungeon again. And then what I would recommend you to do is just to go directly on the right and sell all the different items that you don't want to this vendor. So for the last pattern for the legs, you can also skip all the rest of the dungeon. As soon as you enter, you can click on this mole machine and go to just after the Grim Guzzler room, and then you will just after that be able to directly access to the boss, the 7, and to then access to the last room. So that's an easier way if the only pattern you are interested in is the one for the legs. So keep in mind again that you can do that at least 10 times in a row. And so normally you will be able to get all these different patterns pretty easily. Again, as I mentioned, when you are in the Grim Guzzler room, you can talk to the Plugger Sprazing mob and you can buy this chest piece for only 2 gold. Be careful because you can also kill this boss. So just make sure to first buy the pattern. And then you also need to have honored with Loctos Dark Bargainer in order to buy the recipe for the boots. So that's also one of the things you need to do. In order to increase your recipe with this mob, what you want to do is just to follow the quest chain. Normally it should really not be too long, and then you can do all these different repetitive quests. And like that, you should really very easily get honored, and then you can purchase the last pattern. So in order to craft all these different armor pieces, you need some of the black dragon scale, some of the cured rugged hide, and some of the rugged leather. And so as you can see, for most of them, it's going to be the same. And also for the boots, you need some lava core and fiery core. And for the legs, it's going to be almost the same. So I think in total, you want maybe between 80 to 90 of these black dragon scale, and then a lot of the rugged leather and of the, maybe just 4 of these cured rugged hide in order to craft the 4 pieces. So in order to get all these different materials, it's really, really easy. All you want to do again is to have a skinner that has the profession already upgraded with Vanilla WoW. And then you want to go inside the Blackrock Mountain. You want to go to this raid, and the raid is, let me just find it, the Blackwing Lair. When you are inside the Blackwing Lair, you just want to kill the 2 first bosses, and then just after the second boss, Vaelastraz, you will arrive into a room where there are 2 packs of dragons, and you want to kill all these dragons except the 2 captains, because when you're not killing the captains, you can then just leave the dungeon, or as I mentioned at the beginning, if you have a mage or a night elf or a hunter or a rogue, you can just disappear and then they will automatically respawn. But when the captains are still alive, all the other mobs will just automatically respawn. So what you want to do is kill all these other mobs, just skin them, keep the captains alive, and then if you don't have a class, you can just go and leave the instance. It's probably just 1 or 2 minutes in order to leave, and then come back and they will be up again. And like that, normally in really 15 to 20 minutes, you should be able to get all the different materials in order to craft all these different items. So really, normally, in order to get all these different patterns and all the materials in 1 hour, you should be able to craft all the different pieces. And then again, this is on some realms, you can really sell this like set for maybe 80 to 100k gold, or sometimes a little bit less, but this is really a good investment in my opinion. You can also, of course, decide to like sell the different patterns. So you have this one, for instance, the one for the shoulders that can be sold on average for 7,000 gold. And this one for the leggings that can be sold on average for 55,000 gold. And you can also sell the one that you can buy directly from this vendor. But most of the time, you won't really be able to sell it for much. But as you can see on my realm right now, it's 1,000. So I can really just buy it and decide to sell it after. So this is another way to make some gold with this farm. There are also different items that you can get that can be like pretty interesting. So for instance, I would recommend you to keep some of these like green transmog items because they can sell very easily, and on many realms there are none available on the auction house. You also have like all these different black diamonds and the mage wolf cloth and the rune cloth, and also some of these other items that are like materials very specific to this dungeon. And then you have like a lot of gray items. So again, as some of them might be added to the transport system later on, you can send them to an alt and then keep them and wait to see if they can be worth something later on. And then you have like a few more items, but a few greens that, as you can see, can be sold for quite a lot. But other than that, you can just vendor all the rest. Some of the mobs you will be killing can also drop some really interesting items. For instance, this sword, the Doomforge Straight Edge, that can be sold for like pretty like 100k gold on most realms. And as you can see, the captains, for instance, can really drop this sword. Like there is a lot of, 0.07 is not too bad, but you have like a lot of other items and a lot of other epic BOEs. So really, by doing this farm, even if you don't get the recipes after a few runs, you should still be able to also get other items that you can then sell on the auction house. So that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. I really hope it will help you make some gold. And like, just again, keep in mind, this is something that you can then craft again and again and again. So this is, in my opinion, something that is a good investment because these different transmog items always tend to sell. And so having them unlocked is definitely a good thing. I will be back very soon with more guides and with more videos. And in the meantime, I wish you all a really good weekend and I will see you all very soon. Bye.